Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the event safety briefing for the upcoming Max Adventure race at Lake Macquarie this coming Saturday. Super excited to be able to put this event on for you all. So please take a few moments, have a watch of the video. It'll help make your day on Saturday go that much smoother. Before we get started, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians upon whose land we will be meeting and pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. It's going to be a really exciting day on Saturday. The first thing I would like you all to do, if you haven't already, please have a good read of the event program. It was attached to the body of the email that this video was attached to and is also available on the website. A lot of information is contained in the event program in terms of timings and things like that, so make sure you have a good read before Saturday. Most important thing I want to cover in the safety video is, unsurprisingly, safety. So you'll all be competing on Saturday in teams of 2. That means if you get into any difficulty out on course, the first point of call for assistance will be your teammate. So render any assistance that you can to your teammate. If you do need further assistance, the best thing to do is to grab another team that's passing by and ask them to continue along the course to the next marshal point, transition area, things like that, to pass on the information about where you are and the nature of the injury. Will then be able to coordinate the appropriate first aid response for you. So help out your teammate first, then if needs be, grab another team and get them to provide assistance. If you do come across a team that's in need of assistance and you can provide it, please stop and do so. We do award time credits if you do stop and help another team out on course. So there's no reason not to do that, even though I know you all would anyway. Possibly the most important safety aspect for this course is road crossings and when traveling along roads. There will be some moments, especially near the start, where all teams will be traveling alongside and or crossing roads. They are quite quiet. They will be signs and everything like that to alert drivers of your presence, but they are not closed and they will have traffic traveling along them. We ask that all teams make sure that you give way to cars. The cars will not be stopped to give way to you. So when riding along the road, single file on the left, give way to any traffic. If there is a verge, please use that and stay further off the road wherever possible. The other important aspect for safety is for other users in the park. All right, there will be quite a number of other people out using the area where the event is taking place. We do not have exclusive use of the trails. Of particular concern will be four-wheel drivers and trail bike riders. Okay, they can move obviously quite quickly. You will probably hear them before they see you. So if you are going along a trail and you hear a trail bike approaching, once again, stick to the left, stay in single file, give them plenty of space. They have as much right to be there as you do. So we just want to make sure that we allow them to enjoy the park while we're doing the same thing. Talking about the mountain bike riding, when you are out on course, please ride to your ability. Depending on which route you take on the day, you could be riding on some sections that are a little bit technical. If that's the case and you don't feel confident in your ability to ride those successfully, we would encourage you to stop, get off and walk that short section as needed. You won't be the only team doing it, and it's better than the alternative of riding outside your ability and having an accident. So make sure you ride to your ability when out on course. The weather forecast for Saturday does look like it's going to be quite warm. Alright, so you need to make sure that your team carries plenty of water. The minimum that we say to carry is 2 litres per person. That's 4 litres per team. However, you could be out there, especially you slower teams, for a long time. That might not be enough. Make sure you carry plenty of water. We will have a water drop due to the conditions that are forecast for Saturday on course. That'll be marked on your map and course description. There'll be water there available for you to top up if needed. Please do not use that as, oh, I only carry 500 ml of water and I'll just top up there as we go. It's really there for emergency backup purposes only, not as part of your kit. Okay, so make sure you've all got 2 litres of water per person, 4 litres per team, and then that emergency water is there if you do need it. There is some aspects of this course where you will be travelling on foot quite close to the ocean. There's one checkpoint in particular that I think a lot of classic teams will go to, novice teams maybe not so much. So when you're travelling near the ocean, make sure you pay attention, keep an eye out on any waves. We have checked the course in worse conditions than what they're going to be on Saturday, and it was perfectly safe to do the proposed course. You will get your feet wet at one point, so don't be concerned about that. And general rule, if you are travelling out to that checkpoint out at Spoon Rocks, you'll see it marked on your map, is when you're going out there, stay to the leeward side of the rocky outcrop, and that will mean you stay away from the waves coming in from the seaward side. It'll be obvious once you get there. The other thing we're always going to do is we're always going to be wearing footwear. I know a lot of teams like to try to avoid that on the kayak leg if possible. However, for the kayak checkpoints, one in particular on both the novice and the classic courses, you will need to take your shoes, you will need to get out of the boat and onto the land to collect the checkpoint. If you've ever cut your foot open on an oyster, you know you do not want to do that. So you need to be making sure you have footwear on when kayaking. They will get wet, they'll probably get wet out on course anyway, so that's just par for the course. Make sure you're wearing footwear when on the kayaks. When you get your, when you turn up to registration on race morning, you'll get given your bag, and that will be your race bibs, timing chip, wristband to attach your timing chip. You'll get your map and your course description. A good tip for the navigation for when preparing what you're going to be doing for the day is making sure you use the map in conjunction with the course description. Too many times we see teams just looking at the map and sort of ignoring the course description. There's a lot of information on the course description that could help you understand what you're doing and help you navigate around the course successfully. Okay, for you novice course teams, I will be doing a full navigation tips and tricks session at the start line. Check the event program for timings. So after the classic teams start and the novice teams have registered, I'll virtually be running through the course, explaining what you're looking for and what you will be doing to help make the day more enjoyable. A couple of things to note for this course in particular, if you are familiar with our events and haven't done them before, these ones are a bit different, so I recommend listening in. There will be a row gain section on this course. A row gain section, and it'll be marked on your course description, is where you can collect the checkpoints in any order, and you only have to collect some of them. So, for the classic course teams, there'll be 7 checkpoints marked on the row gain. You only need to collect 5. If you're a novice course, there'll be 5 checkpoints marked on your map. You only need to collect 3. If you get more than that, that's just a bonus. However, that's just doing extra kilometers for the fun of it. For the classic course teams, if you do get all 7 checkpoints, there will be a time bonus that you will be awarded. That'll all be listed on the course description. So once again, have a good read of the course description alongside your map when planning. Also, for classic course teams only, if you do arrive back at the finish line in under 3.5 hours, there will be a bonus bike leg that you will be able to complete. It's not mandatory. If you finish under 3.5 hours, but you've had a good day and you decide not to complete that bonus leg, entirely up to you. But those checkpoints will be marked on your map. There'll be some time bonuses for collecting them if you do proceed to do that bonus leg. That's only for teams that finish under the 3.5 hours. It is looking like a slightly longer course than is generally up in this location. So I don't expect many teams to make that 3.5 hour cutoff, but it is there for those super fast teams to help extend their day that little bit longer. That's all for the safety briefing video. If you've got any questions in the lead up, please make sure you email into us and we'll be able to get back to you. There'll be another briefing on the start line. If you come along the registration as well, if you've got any questions, if you're unsure how the timing system works or anything like that, please just see us. We'll be able to run through that for you. And for those of you on the kids course, so I explained there's going to be the novice course briefing, navigation tips and tricks session for the novice course teams. Once the novice course teams start, we'll gather all the kids teams together and I'll do a briefing in person for you as well, explaining exactly what you're looking for, how the event happens and everything like that. So you'll get out there and be some of our super young junior adventure racers. Looking forward to seeing you all there on Saturday as well. That's all. I'll leave you to it. Enjoy the rest of your week and I'll see you on Saturday morning. Thank you.